Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Who is the 1% podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Scott, and this is where I interview people who demonstrate what it means to be the 1%. Let's get into today's episode. Hope you enjoy. All right, well, everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Who's 1% podcast. Today we got none only the man, the myth, the legend, Austin Lowi. What's up, man? How's it going?
What up? What up? How we doing?
You're doing good, man. You know, out here in Cali, you're out there in Jax. How's the weather out there treating you? Sweating like crazy or what?
It's been raining, man. It's been ruled. The weather's been sort of depressing, but honestly, it has been getting a little better. But I've had probably 4 or 5 sunny days since I've been back, and I've been back since like the second to last week of August. So it hasn't been that great, but that's okay. I got the tanning booth for that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jax. I guess you can't really be prepared for anything out there, right?
Yeah, flooding, hurricanes, crackheads with knives. You got it all.
There you go. Well,
you know,
this is the Who's 1% podcast, and, I just really want to interview a bunch of people who are demonstrating what it means to be the 1%. And, ever since I met you, man, your grind with your bodybuilding is insane, especially, when I went out to Palos Verdes for the first time, I see you shredding your chicken piece by piece to make sure those grams are A1. So
yeah, that's right, man.
If you just want to introduce yourself to everyone, let them know who you are.
All right. You already got it. My name's Austin Lowi. 21 years old, senior at Jacksonville University. I'm, I guess you can say, competitive amateur men's physique competitor or bodybuilder. And I just love fitness, man. I love everything about it. And, the whole nutrition side, training, everything about it is just, it's my love and passion. And so that's basically me.
There you go.
Nice and simple.
So when did you figure out that you wanted to go on this route of okay, I'm working out, but I really want to make this a career. I want to compete.
Okay. It actually started around, I think 14-ish when I really started getting into weightlifting. Because I used to watch my brother lift because he played baseball, so he had to lift a lot with the team. And so I worked out with him a few times. I started falling in love with it. I started training for lacrosse myself to grow and get more athletic and whatnot. And but honestly, I think it's ever since I was a little kid, probably 4 or 5. This is to keep it simple. I always wanted to be a superhero from a very young age.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not possible. So the closest I can get is to at least look like one, So that's just kind of been one of my sort of dreams in the back of my head that's been, lurking there for, I don't know how many years since I was, like I said, 4 or 5 years old. I was into comic books and whatnot, but the whole real legitimate lifting and getting into the bodybuilding and nutrition stuff was probably around 14.
Yeah. Who was your favorite superhero growing up?
Oh, dude, it was I had my phases, but I would go back and forth between Batman and Spider-Man.
All right, yeah, good.
So 2 different physiques, but
yeah, I'm glad you said Batman because many people think Batman's an actual superhero, but I think he is. So
that's true. He is. He's part of the Justice League. You got to be a superhero to be a part of the Justice League.
Come on now. So, would you say having an older brother really, put you down that path of weightlifting since he was in baseball program, or would you say you probably would have continued down this road without having an older brother?
I think it would have. I think my path would have been relatively the same, but it would have started a lot later, I think, because having my older brother there kind of especially because of who he was, I looked up to him so much. I still do. And, he's just a few years ahead of me. And he's everything I wanted to be, just growing up as a kid, just looking at him and, just kind of looking at him and seeing, looking forward to, you know, being taller, being bigger, being smarter, being faster, all those things. And so just looking up to him, man, is just one of those things that that sort of just drove me to like be like him. And one of the main things was lifting, being strong. If I could, be strong and big like my brother, that'd be the sickest thing ever.
Right.
So that's kind of how it was.
Yeah, and so 14 years old, going to a freshman in high school, right?
Right.
And you played
Yeah.
lax. So did you lift a lot with them, or just mainly with your brother?
I didn't live with my brother too much. Uh, I followed him to the YMCA a few times, but that was basically it. I never got a membership there. I think I was too young. He snuck me in there a few times, and that was what it was. So as soon as I got to high school, I was training with the team, and that's when it really started to kick into high gear because I had my head coach who was big into lifting and teaching good form and whatnot. So that's kind of how it mostly was, just lifting with the team.
Yeah.
So
And then for lacrosse, I mean, did they focus on getting big, or did they really focus on, staying in shape and keeping that endurance?
it was all about endurance and strength. That's all it was. There wasn't a bunch of building muscle, I guess, necessarily, besides some of the kids who were in dire need of some size.
Yeah.
The kids who are getting pushed around, on the field, they definitely need some extra weight to pack on. I was never one of those kids. I was always relatively stocky, so I never, was that group. But yeah, it was basically just strength, staying athletic, good range of motion, power, all that kind of stuff. And it was funny because I actually earned the Iron Sea King Award, which is the award they give out to the hardest worker in the weight room.
Yeah.
And I got it as a sophomore, and I was actually the first attackman in program history to get it,
Oh,
which was
there
kind of
you
cool.
go.
Yeah, so that was kind of one of my little achievements, and I would probably say that was like one of the turning points for sure. Is like, kind of give me motivation to keep going and be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick. I mean, you can definitely see now, like, just being out there, you're in your zone when you're in the weight room, and
Yeah, man.
you're going crazy. So I can see how getting that award will push you to where you are today. But would you say, so, I mean, if you really didn't focus on size because you're kind of already stocky, you really, started to put on that muscle after high school?
Honestly, no. It was actually around end of sophomore year and beginning of junior year, that summerish time. I really got into legitimate bodybuilding. I was following bodybuilders on Instagram. I was watching YouTube videos, learning everything I could, reading articles on how to get big, all this different stuff. And I started, following I kind of formulated my own program over that summer, and I packed on about, 4 or 5 pounds of muscle in a few months. And I came back junior year, definitely looking a lot different. And, people were kind of like surprised, they're like, oh my God, you're definitely maturing now. I'm like, yeah, that's right. And
Well,
and
did
that
you have
just
the
gave me
Z
more
by then?
motivation. I did have the Z. I actually had the Z before I had my license.
There you go. Rolling
It
up
was,
with in the Z at Palos Verdes, looking bigger over the summer. There you
dude,
go.
it was the douchiest sight you would have ever seen in your life, man. It was hilarious.
There you go.
For
Now,
sure.
when you first started, how was it like transforming to like, just kind of maintaining that endurance? Now you're putting on size. Was it difficult? Did you like, you know, gain more fat accidentally, and then, how to go back as you're learning things?
Actually, not too much. The only thing that really was affected was probably my endurance. Only senior year, it started to sort of affect me because I was packing on a lot of size, some fat, obviously, but mostly muscle.
Hmm.
And but yeah, it was around senior year. I was getting so into it. I was starting to like. That's kind of when my motivation started to kind of taper a little bit into different directions, and because of that, I by the sort of mid to end of my senior season, I was like 195. I was pushing almost 200 pounds senior year. So I was pretty big. There's a few pictures of me I still have, and my arms are just gigantic. They're bigger than everything else because I didn't have a chest really. I didn't have a back or anything. It was just my shoulders and arms that were huge. But yeah, so it did affect my endurance a little bit. And so, going into college freshman year, I lost about 15, 20 pounds, to get in better running shape, because it's when you're playing Division I lacrosse, you need to be in running shape. You can't be anything else.
Yeah.
So I had to obviously sacrifice some size for that. But yeah, it definitely affected my endurance.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I was huffing and puffing.
Did you think when you got that award sophomore year of like the hardest work in the weight room, and then you kind of started to go on this bodybuilding journey, that you'd be where you're at today?
Definitely not. I didn't even fathom the thought of stepping on stage and competing and doing all this bodybuilding stuff really at all. I just, thought, I'm going to make this sort of kind of a, hobby slash, kind of thing I did on the side while I was playing lacrosse. I was trying to, maintain a physique that I, was okay with. Not that I necessarily liked, but I was like sort of okay with while I was playing. But I just thought I was going to play all 4 years and just ride it out. And then when I graduated, get a job, work out, do whatever. And that was going to be when I could start, maybe, doing bodybuilding. But competing was never really, I don't think, a thought in my head at all, actually.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
so your show coming up in November, if you, place high in that, what's the next show after that?
It should be the next weekend, the Miami National Show. If I were to win overalls, it would qualify me for that show the weekend after, and that's actually a pro qualifier. So if I were to win that or place in my division, I would earn my pro card. So I could technically win my pro card in 2 shows, which would
Oh
be
my
pretty cool.
gosh,
Yeah,
man.
I mean it's pretty unlikely process, but I mean it can happen. So
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
anyone that follows you on Instagram, they see like the intense hard work that you're putting in. Like, it's crazy. I was out there with you in Palos Verdes, like, how long ago? And
Yeah.
then literally 2 weeks later, when you're already in a week of prep, like, you can tell things are already changing. So
Yeah, dude. It's nutrition, man. It's just utilizing the whole side of nutrition that I don't really think people understand necessarily. They think, they're not going to see results for weeks, when they get on a diet. And honestly, it's not true. And if you're not seeing results in the first week, then you're doing something wrong. And it's just knowing your body, and that just takes time, obviously. So me and my coach obviously know my body pretty well at this point. We've done 2 shows together now, and so we've already gotten to figure out my body pretty well, and what works and what doesn't work. So we as soon because my preps have been shorter and shorter now. I started prep, I think, 14 weeks this time instead of 16 or 15 last time, and 16 the time before that. We can start prep earlier now because he knows my body so well that we can manipulate things real easily and just start shredding down, much quicker and much easier. So, it's just that nutrition side, man. That's the stuff I love, dude. It's amazing. It's
yeah,
awesome.
and I mean, I feel like most people think like, supplements to get to where you are right now. But like you just, you made a point, it's a lot of nutrition. So what would you say to those people who, are thinking, dieting isn't going to get to where they want to be, or that it's too hard? Because I see your meals and they look good as hell. Like, they don't look like
Yeah,
you're
they're not
dieting.
bad. No, they're not bad at all. That's a good question and good request. It's difficult because I was one of those, younger kids who, was like, oh, I got to get all these supplements, these bodybuilders are using all these supplements and whatnot. And really, to be honest with you, a lot of the supplements are BS. They don't really actually work. I know, like on my Swole account, I take on the Donnie the douchebag persona, and
Yeah, of course.
I talk about supplements and subs, bro.
Yeah,
But like
yeah, yeah.
really in reality, I don't take a lot of supplements, only because they don't really work. They might there's a select few supplements that are actually useful if you use them right. Um, and so a lot of these supplement companies, they really kind of water down certain ingredients, and and they don't implement they don't put in the right amount of whatever ingredients it is. For example, for pre-workouts, they put in, usually you'll see like 2 grams of creatine, when in reality it should be more like 5. So things like that, you see a lot in these supplements. And they might give you like that 1 or 2% extra you know boost or whatnot, that might help you out a little bit. But it's just nutrition, like you just said, and it's the proof's in the pudding, man. Like it's the nutrition. Fat burners, pre-workouts, none of that stuff is gonna make you look like me, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
it, it's the nutrition. I mean, the fat burners and stuff and pre-workouts and stuff like that, that's just going to give you energy to push harder, and you know in turn burn more calories. It's
hmm
not the fat burners burning more calories inside of your body. That's just not how it works. It's giving you the energy to be able to do more, go faster, go longer, which in turn will help you burn more calories, burn more fat. So it's kind of a little trickery there.
yeah, like a
So
placebo, like you're taking it
exactly.
thinking that you're
Yeah,
actually burning fat, but you're just more
exactly.
motivated to get in the gym and work out, and that's how you burn more fat.
Yeah. So I mean, mentally, I mean, it could help a little bit, but I honestly don't recommend it. I would probably stay away from everything, maybe besides a pre-workout. If you're, feeling a little tired or fatigued, then maybe a little pre-workout supplement might work. But better yet, probably black coffee is probably my first recommendation,
Oh
to
wow.
start out with, because it has less caffeine. It's all natural. You know, has all the good antioxidants that coffee has.
Does your
So
coach not like you drinking caffeine during prep?
no, he hasn't really. We don't really talk about caffeine, but I mean, he knows I take pre-workout. But we don't really do a fat burner. I'll take what I've been doing so far is, for my cardio, I'm doing like half a scoop. It's like half a serving of my pre-workout, and then I take the other half of my serving for my workout.
Okay.
So yeah, so I take half a scoop before my cardio to kind of wake me up, get me all ready to go, get me all warm, and then the other serving or half serving um, before my workout. So
Yeah.
I don't go too crazy in the caffeine. I'm pretty tolerant, to be honest, but I honestly don't like to do too much caffeine, because both my parents are decaf coffee drinkers because of pre-existing heart like conditions in the family, so they're trying to stay safe with all that kind of stuff. And just watching them do that, I'm just trying to stay more careful, for the long run, obviously.
Yeah, I can't
This
drink
is this is
caffeine.
health. Yeah.
Like literally, I kid you not, like half a monster and I'm like bouncing off the damn walls. Like I can't drink
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, that's good though. That's dope.
yeah, I mean, it's better. I'd rather be like I am now than, tolerant to that, because I'd just be drinking a bunch like crazy. But did you
Yeah.
learn all of this, about like the pre-workout really only having 2 grams instead of 5 and all this stuff, just by doing all the research yourself, or was it really the experience of taking it?
It was both. Uh, I think mostly research, but after doing the research and then sort of kind of testing it out on myself, like, okay, these studies are saying that 2 grams is not necessarily beneficial. It's going to be more like 10 grams a day, so 5 grams pre, 5 grams post, sort of has been proven to give the most effective results in these study groups. And so I would stick with the 2 grams for a little while, see what happens, and then I would implement the 5 grams pre, and I would see a huge difference in muscle endurance, um, just the general pump, because creatine can give you a huge pump. That's why it's usually why they put it in there,
Mm-hmm.
is the pump factor. It's going to fill your muscles up with water and glycogen and all that, get you real pumped up. And with that, it's going to give you the creatine provides more ATP production potential, which is basically energy potential in your muscles. So it creates more power and whatnot for the muscle technically. So just with that, it was basically all just self-research,
Yeah.
just because I love it. I do this in my free time, and it's funny because a lot of the stuff I've learned in the past couple of years has been outside of the classroom.
Yeah.
So
Because you're
it's just
a
been funny.
kinesiology major, right, at JU?
Yeah. Health science, exercise science, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nutrition. It's
But I mean,
all
yeah, doing
general.
the extra research outside of the classroom is going to get you farther in your career and your process. And then, because how long do you want to be competing for until like you go down another career path, and maybe like I know we talked about personal training and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get a light. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
It's kind of dark in here. I just noticed. So what you were saying is, when am I gonna sort of start my career exactly?
So like no, so like let's say how long do you want to compete for
Oh,
until you
okay.
kind of want to
Right.
like end that, and then maybe go down another career path, but still with fitness.
Right. Okay. I've been telling everyone, like my family and friends, this. It's been kind of changing in my mind for the past like month now, but I want it. My only real limit right now is if I don't go pro by, I think, what did I say? It was 27.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit competing. I'm gonna still do bodybuilding. I'm because I love it, but I'm gonna quit the competitive side. But if I were to go pro, I would probably go till 30, maybe a little past 30, depending on where I am in my life, job wise, relationship wise, whatever. Because I want to start a family, not as soon as possible, but when I'm still relatively young, I want to be able to, live a long life and, see my kids grow up and as long as possible. So, yeah. So at the very latest, that 27 to like 31, 2-ish range. And, but in between that time and even after, I plan on, becoming a personal trainer. One of my dreams is being a celebrity trainer, which would be awesome. Training actors and for roles and whatnot. That's been one of my dreams. And then also owning a facility, basically a gym, where I can train anyone out of athletes, normal people, celebrities, actors, whoever it is. That's basically my big goal, I think, and what I plan on doing after college, at least.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you said it when you were a kid. You want to be a Superman. You're getting the physique. Who knows? They may need that Marvel role.
I know, dude. I also, another one of my mini goals is actually to, as soon as I'm done graduating, I'm obviously gonna get cranking with my career and whatnot. But if I ever have a little bit of free time, I'm gonna crank out a few auditions here or there just for the heck of it. Why not? Wouldn't that be great?
We're gonna see this
'Cause,
guy on The Bachelor in like 4 years.
dude, I know, man. That's another thing. If I'm still single, if I'm still single by 25, I'm auditioning for all those romance shows, all of them. Love Island, Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, all of them.
But we all know with your personality, you're not just gonna be some normal contestant on those shows.
No, I'm gonna be the Chad Johnson who is on JoJo season. And for any of you who know or are familiar with The Bachelorette, I would basically be a Chad Johnson sort of character, real douchebag, jacked. I'd be the bad guy. I'd be the
One making it
antagonist.
entertaining.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna create all the drama, dude. I'm gonna try to fight guys, not actually fight them, but I'll try to fight guys, you know, get in their faces, you know, be demeaning towards, you know, the set, what, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, create that hype, all
yeah.
that good stuff.
That'd be super cool. Even like, let's say if you didn't get the audition for, you know, a Marvel character, but let's say, you know, you train that guy that's the next Thor or the next like
Yeah,
Batman or whatever series that they're going for.
that would be the ultimate dream. I don't care if I have to do like the on-call service kind of thing where I go to their place, you know, drive over to wherever they're at, you know, fly with them, whatever. Because I don't really like to travel as much as people may think, but I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
That would be my biggest dream, dude. That would be amazing. So, yeah, that's my up there with my owning my own gym. That's my biggest dream for
Yeah.
sure.
Cause you see trainers like, you know who Drake's trainer is?
No, I
Well,
do
just
not.
for perspective, this guy drives a camouflage Lamborghini every
Yeah,
day into
yeah.
Drake's Toronto estate with their own gym and basketball court. So
They
that's,
take care of them, man. They take
yeah,
care of those trainers, dude. They really do, because you know they're good at what they do, man. They're killer at it, and that's kind of what I strive to be. Is, you know, as professional and as educated and as effective as possible, while also having the body to back it up.
right. Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of trainers who just look like crap, you know, and they're great. They got a master's, you know, they're legendary trainers, but they just don't look very appealing, and you know, they may not be as wealthy or as popular or as famous as all these other guys, you know, who own these Lambos, and you know, they just live that, you know, the cool lifestyle, and they got the bodies to back it up, man. You know, I know there's also guys on the other side of it who have the amazing bodies, but they got BS information. So I kind of want to be in the middle of that, where I got the body and I got the knowledge. So
Yeah.
that's sort of my thing right now.
If you're providing
I'm
all the
working on it.
value to these people, I mean, you're literally changing their life, like changing the physique. You're making them healthier. Then they're gonna pay you back, and
Yeah, man,
can't
that's what
wait
I
to
want to do.
see. Maybe in like 5 years, we'll be rolling the Lambo down Palos Verdes Estates, and
You never know. You never know, man. I'll have to
you,
put my face on the front,
yeah. Hey,
on the hood.
back home, Palos Verdes is the perfect place to get that started.
True. Yeah, I mean, I could always. That's my plan, is doing LA or Orange County. Those are going to be the two big ones. My two first choices for sure
There
for the
you
whole
go.
fitness scene. But yeah.
I mean, I know this is a stupid question because I've seen it one in person, and this is like literally your life. But do you have any routines or habits that you do every single day, no matter what?
I think. Well, you have to ask it, right?
Yeah, I have
Well,
to.
you've seen it. Well, it's changed from the last time you saw me, but it is technically quite temporary. But uh, my routine doesn't change. Nothing changes. I'm consistent. I'm basically. You can compare me to a dog. I do everything the same. I wake up at 4:30 on the dot a.m. every morning, do my cardio. I'm back at home at by 5:50, showering, getting my meal in, doing homework, eating again, doing homework, lectures online, eating again, training, lecture, homework, eat again, go to bed every single morning. From 8 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. I am up, eating, training, and doing school. It's the same thing every day. One thing that may change is going to the grocery store, you know, and picking up some more protein that I need to get, because I'm all out, because I'm eating 6 times a day. It's freaking ridiculous. But yeah, eat like a dog. I live like a dog, man. I do the same thing every single day, and that's just how it is, dude. That's how you know you're gonna get the best results, just being consistent. And that's with anything, dude. Because you've talked to so many people, I'm sure
Yeah,
by now. You know, with the whole 1%, it's just the consistency, man. That's
yeah.
all it is.
Having
It's
goals,
the
routines, habits. I mean, it's gonna put you, and having that with a bunch of hard work and just like you said, staying consistent. you're
Yeah.
bound to get to places. You know, even if you don't hit, you know, your number one biggest goal of coming, like, you know, like for you, the celebrity trainer, you're
Yeah.
gonna still like, because if you set the biggest goal ever and you strive for that, think about all the
Hmm.
things that you're hitting on the way there. Like,
Right.
it's gonna
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I'm just, I'm kind of going into life right now with no expectations because that way I'm never really disappointed. I'm always sort of, excited for whatever opportunities that come. I'm never disappointed with missed, opportunities that I didn't see or whatnot. I'm just, I'm happy with whatever I get. So that's kind of how I've been trying to do it so far, and it's been
Yeah.
working. So
And one thing I always preach is say yes more. I mean, if
yeah,
someone
dude.
presents you with the opportunity, you say no, you're, you know, turning down for something that can happen in the future. And that's what I've seen about you. I mean, you know, whenever, you know, we talk or, you know, we have something that we could plan, you always say yes. Just like, you know, for those who are listening, I'm going out there in a month and I'm literally just filming Austin do everything that he just said. And
Yeah.
then hopefully, you know, getting backstage and, you know, filming the show. But I mean, think about it. You said yes to that. And then
Yeah.
who knows, this is plastered all over the internet. Some people see you, you get some brand advertising, you know, you get some sponsorships. And like, if you wouldn't just have said that word yes, you know, 4 months
Yeah.
ago, that would have never happened.
True. Yeah, it's true. And it's funny you say that because I I like to say no to a lot of things because I like to keep everything the same. I like to be in control of everything. And uh the thought, because usually I like to be alone. I like to be by myself, especially in this time right now when I'm coming up to my show.
Yeah.
Um, the closer I get to my show, I'm depleted. I'm tired. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to be alone. And so usually I would say, you know what, man, like, no, I'm just gonna, maybe film a few workouts, do a few vlogs, on my
Yeah.
own, because I just don't want to do it. But you're my boy, and like, I know it's gonna be fun. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I know it's gonna be fun when he gets here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know it's gonna be dope, you know, and 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 I'm kind of expecting, to have more energy when the camera's on. So
Yeah, exactly.
it'll actually probably be more beneficial, uh,
Yeah.
with the camera.
The
It'll
goal
give
is,
me
you
more
know,
energy.
once that camera hits record, you know, you're more energetic and you're looking forward to your show because, you know, it's going to be something that's
Yeah,
displayed all over the internet. So it's going to keep you pushing, but
yeah, dude.
it's going to be
Yeah,
sick.
it's gonna be cool because I think not a lot of people really, not a lot of bodybuilders in general really document a lot of the the
Behind the
behind the
scene.
scenes kind of stuff, and especially, and I think my situation, we have right now is very special because I'm still in college. You never see this kind of stuff. Guys my age who are bodybuilders aren't in school.
Yeah.
They're just doing this. They have sponsorships, doing whatever. So I'm kind of on the other side of it, where I'm trying to get my degree because I I need a safety net. It's not a safety net. It's actually my main thing. This whole
Yeah.
bodybuilding thing, still technically a hobby, but yeah, dude, it'll be very unique, I think, because since I'm a college student trying to become a professional competitive bodybuilder, it's just it's just unique. So it'd be cool to see, have people, kind of witness all that. It'd be fun.
Yeah, man. And I think you're
So,
going to get there, honestly. Like you said to me, you know, a few days ago, you know, you're looking better than you did last year's
oh yeah.
show around this time. So, I mean,
Hmm.
you're progressing every single year. Like you said, you know, 16 weeks of prep, 15, 14. And then I feel like, you know, making this documentary, you know, getting on camera of you literally like on a Zoom lecture. And then, you know, once that's done and going to the gym, working out, it's going to be sick. Like just putting that together, showing the
Yeah,
world.
dude.
And then you'll have to look back and then, you know, you show your kid if he's a little Timmy one day, you show him what
Yeah.
you show him what your dad did, and then
Yeah.
he'll have some respect.
Be better.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get the hot pocket out of your mouth. Be better.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's your training routine like right now during prep? Like how many times of cardio are you doing today? What do you you know, your split or your training routine in general?
Right now it's cardio every day when I wake up, just because I like to utilize the fasted cardio. I don't do it year round like people may think. I utilize the fasted cardio only for when I'm getting ready for a show, and I just find it more effective for me when it comes to fat loss. But yeah, so I wake up, I do my cardio. As of right now, once a day. I start going into the twice a day region when my cardio gets bumped up to like an hour and a half. I'll do the hour in the morning and then I'll do 30 minutes post. Um, just because I just don't have the endurance and the energy to get an effective cardio session in when it's over an hour.
Yeah.
Um, so I know myself, like I'm lugging after the hour. I'm lugging and I'm just kind of like lethargic after that. I'm not burning as many calories as I could. So I save the extra 30 minutes for post workout. But we'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing an hour and a half. I don't even know yet. I might, I may not. I don't know. Depending on my diet and depending on how I look is really what matters. But right now I'm doing 40 minutes of fasted cardio in the morning, and then I'm doing. I'm training. It's the days. My training is kind of it varies throughout each day because my class schedule is different each day. But my split right now is back heavy back day. Well, most of my days are actually heavy, but a back thickness day is more towards thickness. So I'm doing like heavy compound movements, deadlifts, rack pulls, uh, dumbbell rows, barbell rows, machine rows, whatever I got. And then I'll move on to a heavy a thickness a chest thickness day, and then I'll do a quad dominant leg day, and then I do a rest day, and then after that I'll head into the next back day, but I'll combine back with biceps, and then I move on to chest with triceps, and then a hamstring and glute dominant leg day, followed by an arm and shoulder day. I'll try to mix in some shoulders with that heavier chest day if I can, if I'm feeling it. Just because the shoulders haven't been much of a focus, just because they're already they're my most dominant body part. So it makes everything else look smaller. So my coach actually had the same problem. So he's been helping me out with that. Teaching me, and showing me what to do, from what he learned, because we both have the same problem. He has huge arms and shoulders, and it makes everything else look a lot smaller. So we've been trying to correct that a little bit. But yeah, that's been my split so far, and it's been working out pretty well.
Now, did you change
So
that since you started prep, or was that the same kind of routine when you were outside of prep?
relatively same routine. I kind of switched it up after a little while, just because I feel like I started going through the motions. I need to kind of switch it up a little bit. But the only thing that really has changed is my rep range. It's gone up just a little bit. Uh, I'm actually going relatively the same heaviness. I'm trying to. One thing I'm doing different this time around is trying to go as heavy as I can for as long as I can, because one thing I noticed in my other preps were I would, as soon as like I started feeling a little more, a little bit weaker from my diet, I was like, okay, I'm getting weaker. I got to go really light now. This is when I start going really light. But ever since I've been sticking with the heavier weights, I'm able to stay dense and stay energetic throughout my workouts each day. I'm actually reversing the whole weakness and fatigue part by going heavier.
Oh,
It's it's
wow.
kind of it's kind of it sounds weird when I'm trying to describe it, but the whole light high rep kind of philosophy, it can really be counterproductive in a way. For at least my physique, um, my body just doesn't look as good when I'm doing these super, super high reps, super low weight. Um, my body just doesn't pop as much, and I tend to lose muscle much quicker. So I think with these heavier weights, not only am I burning more calories, but um, I'm keeping that muscle full. I'm keeping, I'm breaking down muscle tissue, and I'm able to sort of hopefully grow into the show, because my protein's still high. I
Yeah.
can grow into the show. Like last week, I was 185, or sorry, the week before I weighed in 185. This past Friday, weighed in at 187. I was leaner.
Oh shit.
I moved up 2 pounds, but I was still leaner than the week before when I was 185. So
What the
I'm
heck?
growing. I'm growing a little bit. I'm putting on lean muscle tissue as I am burning fat. So whoever is saying out there it's not possible, it is possible. It happens a lot slower. It's a lot more complicated, and you have to be more precise, but it's possible. So yeah,
Man,
pretty, it's awesome.
how has, having a coach helped you through all this? I mean, the next question is, what mentors do you have in this industry? But I would assume your coach is one of them. Where did you even
Yeah.
meet your coach, and how has that changed, your success and what you're doing?
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't have done any of this without my coach, honestly. Devin Trenholm, Canadian guy. He's a retired pro bodybuilder. He actually DM'd me over Instagram because he liked my physique, and he was like, "Hey man, you compete?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I mean,
bro.
yeah." I was like, "Yeah, like, well, I'm trying to compete in the spring," which was the first show he actually coached me in, spring of 2019. Um, yeah, spring of 2019, and the Lee Banks Natural Championships. Um, this was in September of 2018 when we kind of started talking, and it was kind of an on and off thing. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll give you a good price." It just seems sketchy,
Yeah,
because when
because
you
it's
get
over
DM'd,
Instagram. Yeah.
yeah, when you get DM'd by some random dude, I mean, he has like almost like 30,000 followers. So, I mean, he has a good following, but it was still sort of like, all right, dude, this guy's in Canada and he's DMing me, like, this is just like, and then like I'm gonna have to like PayPal him money. It's just like, this is I mean, it just doesn't seem legit. So I was definitely skeptical at first. Um, so what was great is he began the program a week before I actually paid. So I did my first check-in without paying, and I had a diet and everything. And he's like, "Yeah, man, like, how are you feeling? Like, you looking great. Like, what do you think?" I'm like, "You know what? Let's do it." And so
Pulled that
this
trigger.
was, yeah, I pulled the trigger. He gave me a discount because I'm his prodigy. So
Right?
that's right. Because I think his youngest client. I think I still am.
And you're a
Pretty
college
sure.
student. There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm his youngest client. He actually has a girl. He has a bikini competitor, but I'm not sure how old she is. I think she's relatively close to my age. But yeah. So yeah, he's definitely my main mentor in this whole bodybuilding industry, and he's been around the beginning of my career, I guess you can say. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without him, just because you need a second set of eyes. I don't care if you think you know everything about bodybuilding, and nutrition and whatnot. Um, I definitely think I could have figured out the nutrition side on my own. Probably not. I probably wouldn't have looked as good as I did in these shows, but um, I think with the second set of eyes looking at you, it helps, because you look at yourself every day. You can't see these changes as well as someone else can, right?
Right.
So we did, once a week, twice a week check-ins. Um, he'd switch up my diet. He still does. Switches up the diet, doesn't make some edits, gives me a cheat meal. And yeah, it's awesome. I love the cheat meals though. But he kept
even
he
the
kept me happy this off season.
even the one
I had a lot of
after
cheat
your
meals.
show.
Oh, dude. Oh man. My last show, uh, I think was my biggest. I went to, what do they call it? Some barbecue place down St. Augustine. I had about probably a half pound, or maybe over a half pound of brisket, like five or six ribs, baked beans, candied yams, Texas toast. I had some spicy sausage, green beans. What else was there? There's mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. And then I had like a little cup of, we walked down to Ben and Jerry's after my family and my buddy Casey, who came down to watch the show. It was the little kitty size. It was like the little 1 scoop cup
Yeah.
at Ben and Jerry's. I got one of those at their store. Ate that with the fam, and then we drove back to the hotel, where I had in my fridge from a few hours earlier before the night show. I went to the grocery store. I bought a brick size carrot cake, and I ate the whole goddamn thing.
Oh my god!
It was about a pound of, maybe over a pound of cake. It was huge. Yeah, it was the size of a brick, like a normal, like when you think of a brick, like a house brick, like you'd see on a wall. Yeah, it was a size. Yeah, the carrot cake. I ate that. I had like maybe 2 or 3 fingerlings of my Professor Nuts peanut butter to top it off. And I woke up the next morning more shredded than I was the day before.
Right? Isn't that crazy how it works?
That's just how it works, man. So
how many calories do you think that was?
Oh, it had to have been 5,000, 6,000, maybe 7,000 calories in in about a 3-hour.
Yeah, right. It's not like one day. That was like
time.
3 hours.
Yeah. So my brother and I have been talking about the 12,000 calorie challenge that we're going to try to do probably over the winter sometime. So I'm looking forward to that. We got to film that. So that'll be the next project after this documentary for sure.
And then,
but he's got it all planned out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he does. Like, seeing his physique, he's just a guy that's pushing around a lot of heavy ass weight. Like,
yeah, he's a Viking, dude. He's an animal. He's got better genetics than I do, so he can get away with it. I'll just say that. I'll just blame it on that.
There you go. Yo, you'll be able to eat some stadium food the day after your show.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't had stadium food in years, man. I don't even know what that stuff tastes like, and I've never been to the stadium here in Jax. Yeah. So
hey, they're 1-1, so they're not doing too bad.
Yeah, I know, dude. I've been keeping up with them because they got ESPN on the TV in front of me while I'm doing cardio. So I'm getting all the recaps from the nights and days before. So I get all caught up with all that stuff every morning, which is kind of cool. But yeah, they've been doing pretty well. So we'll see how they do.
Yeah,
couple more weeks.
Well, you know, man, this is the 1%, Who's 1% podcast. So I got to ask you, I know you answered it already in the upcoming post that'll be posted this week, but what does being the 1% mean to you?
I don't remember exactly what I said previously, but it's definitely, for me, it means, sort of doing what, no one else will do in order to be the best and to separate yourself, going that extra mile, doing what everyone else is afraid of or just doesn't even think about doing. That's what it means to be the 1%. And that's just sort of what I've been trying to do. It could be as little, at least if we're going to make an example for me, it could be as little as not putting, that little drop of sriracha. It's 0 calories.
Dude, literally, like, that makes a big difference.
But, just not adding any of those 0-calorie condiments, even though there's 0 calories, just not adding them.
Yeah.
Not adding the extra seasoning on your chicken, just little things like that. Not chewing the extra piece of gum. It's only 5 calories. What's that going to do? Yeah. Just those little things that I think, not a lot of people think of, but that I'm always, looking out for. And I think that's what it means to be the 1%, for sure, at least for me.
Yeah, not stopping at 55 minutes, going the hour of cardio, just that.
Yeah, maybe a minute over.
Things. Yeah, right. Hey, there you go. Doing whatever.
Yeah, it's my cool down. I'll go a minute after usually every time, just as a cool down, but that's just an extra 50 calories. So hell yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Closer.
Yeah, man. And then even
So
for you, I mean, at least for me, like, you know, stepping onto a stage in front of everyone for them to not, you know, just, oh, say what's up. Like, they're literally critiquing like your
mhm,
body and all the work that you've done over the previous months. So, and a lot
mhm.
of people have that fear. So for you to step up and do that, like, that's sick. And I feel like that's also what adds for you being the 1%.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I definitely, I don't know where the courage came to stepping on stage like that. I wasn't nervous at all. For my first show, I was not nervous at all, one bit. So I have no idea where that came from. Maybe it's a little tiny droplet of extroversion that I may have. um, but uh, but yeah, man, it's you know, in a lot of people's eyes, it's definitely very scary to do that. You know, walking up there shirtless, you know, basically half naked, tanned and oiled up on stage. It's a little weird. So you know, I can understand, you know, where most people would come from. So yeah, for sure,
Yeah, man.
for sure.
Let the viewers know what you got coming in the future, man, and what you know, the next few months or 6 months you were working on.
Well, other than my show coming up November 7th, NPC Border Clash, All Series South, Clash with a K in Orlando, Florida. Disney World. Too bad we can't go. That would have been a dope ass video if we went to Disney World. But other than that, dude, just trying to grind out my senior year right now. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to do my master's or not. But just trying to grind out my senior year and, you know, see where that takes me. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what I do in the future, in the near future. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, there's not much else to say other than my show. I might do another show beginning of summer, possibly. I can't remember the name, but my buddy Brian that you met,
Yeah.
my training partner,
Mm-hmm.
Asian Hani Rambod.
Yeah, seriously.
Hani Rambod's he's a bodybuilding trainer for all people who don't know. You can look him up. He's a legend. But Asian Hani Rambod, he Brian Tang, he's actually considering maybe competing in that show as well. I think it's called the West Coast Classic. I'm not sure. It might be
Is it
some
out
other
in
show.
LA?
I think so. Yeah, it's an LA show. I think it's provided by Muscle Contest, and that's in like May or June-ish, I think. So I might do that possibly. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I haven't really decided. I'm gonna see how I do in this show, see where I'm at. I'm definitely gonna need to keep growing, so I'm gonna probably try to take a good off season again to try to pack on more size. So, you know, we'll see. You know, yeah, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see how I do in this next show. You know what happens, and where I'll take it from there.
Miami's calling your name,
So,
bro. I feel
dude,
it,
I
dude.
hope
I'm so
so.
pumped right now.
Dude,
Like,
you're
dude,
gonna
I
have to
can't
change your
wait.
flight. You're gonna have to change your flight.
Dude, I'm changing. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'll sleep
You might. You're gonna have
outside.
to stay. Yeah, you're gonna have to stay here till the end of the semester.
Hey, it that's it,
Basically,
dude, to capture that
because
on video.
yeah, because the next week will be like in like the teens, like November teens, and then I'm leaving like November 20s, like early, like probably the 22nd,
Yeah.
23rd.
And I go out there
So
October 27th, so I might as well be out there for a month. I mean, oh my gosh.
that'll be insane. That would be, oh my God. And have it in Miami, like that would be lit, even though there's not much to do because of COVID, but still dope. That'd be
Yeah.
really exciting. So
And
I'm
then,
looking
you know,
forward to it.
you're doing other things. You're going down other paths. You got a podcast. You know, you got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Grinding
Yeah,
on
I
the
got a
Lowi Lowi
podcast.
account.
Yeah, Swolei_Lowi on Instagram. That's my fitness account. You guys can go follow that. A lot of good stuff on there. I've been filming a lot of individual exercise videos, which I think have been good. I've been receiving a lot of praise for it because I know a lot of people have been asking for that in
Yeah.
particular, rather than like a video with like multiple exercises. Just one exercise individually has been sort of easier to digest, I guess, for most people. And but yeah, you can go on there, follow my journey in the meantime before Tyler gets here. And but yeah, other than that, I got my YouTube channel, Austin Lowi. And then I got my podcast. It's not a fitness podcast, but we're going to implement maybe a few fitness podcasts here or there in the podcast itself. But Sausage Party Podcast. Sausage _party _podcast on Instagram, and then Sausage Party, the Sausage Party podcast on YouTube. So yeah, that's basically, I think that's it. Yeah, I haven't done a plug like this before, so this is the first time I've been on a podcast where I'm having to do a plug in myself here. So I think that's it.
Yeah. And besides your normal Austin Lowi Instagram account.
Yeah, you can find, if you go on Austin Lowi, my personal account, you can find everything. You can find my podcast and my personal, my fitness account as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, I want everyone who's listening, who's watching, you go blow him up. I mean, your journey, dude, it's going to be so sick. Like, I can't wait to get out there. You're doing a bunch of different things other than fitness, like your podcast. So I'm just
dude, I'm trying to grow, man.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to see. I mean, a year from now, we listen back at this podcast or, watch those documentaries where you're going to be at. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, dude. I love talking to you, man. You're my boy. And I really appreciate it, man. It's been
awesome. Of course,
awesome.
man. I want to give you that platform. I want to give you that audience. So no one knows what's coming in.
Couldn't ask for more, man.
Let's go.
Dude,
well,
let's go, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, everyone who's listening, go hit them up. Appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode. And Austin, I'll catch you in Florida, my guy.
Dude, I'm going to see you soon, man. It's coming up.
Yep. So
right,
have a good one, man. Peace.
You too, man. Later.
That's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it brought you some value. Be sure to subscribe, download, share, and connect with me on social at tscott_designs as well as at tylermscott_. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.